1968. Things happened towards the East Pakistan back then. And the conspiracy, the people of East Pakistan by leader Sheikh Mujib, they call Agartala conspiracy. Actually, this was not a conspiracy. It was something was done by Sheikh Shahab and his people back then. And back then, Deputy Speaker has mentioned that there was conspiracy. What I'm saying right now, Pakistan was created for La ilaha illallah, but actually never happened. Never happened. The land was divided from India because of Muslims. It didn't happen the way it's supposed to. After Jinnah and Liaqat Ali Khan, the whole Pakistan was run by army government as of today. So why I would want to say about Pakistan was divided to establish, to please Allah and His Rasul. Never happened. So when the East Pakistan happened, most of people were Muslims, most of, and very simple Muslims. So India back then was not able to accept it, that there be another Muslim land, east side, West Pakistan and East Pakistan. Definitely they were not in peace. They were not in peace. Obviously, Sheikh Shahab was the person that I would say someone had the quality for leader, quality for speech, but on a basis of trauma, basis of manipulating people. 1971. He was able to build a group of people having a hope that they will reach to the destination. Once again, I am going to mention and elaborate a little bit because it's in English. I'll tell you at the end why I am saying in English. So going back to East Pakistan, back then, 1968, way long ago, the Awami League government, I should say Awami League as a team, people for the Awam, people for the very simple people. The team was never served simple people, corrupted, polluted. Now, Sheikh Shahab definitely, again, I'm going to say a very individual point of view, very neutral point of view. I am nowhere fond of Sheikh Shahab, nowhere. But I need to elaborate a little bit to understand, I do not live in that country. But if it still minute thing happens, I cannot sleep here. My brother, my people, loved one, still there. My city is there. I remember Shahjahanpur, I remember Khilga, I remember Goran, I remember all these people. So this was my area, but still, as of today, I think about my homeland. I do not know when I'll come back, but I do know when my homeland is sick, it makes me sick too. The pollution, 1971, the government failed to understand the sense. They failed to understand the norm of people. They failed to understand what people wanted at that particular time. I read a book that General Yahya wrote saying that he tried, but he couldn't catch up with the politicians. Politicians had something in their mind. I'm not saying General Yahya, General Tikka, anybody but the good saint. They're all people who had corruption in their life. So, going back to the topics, 1971, people wanted to be separated. Some people didn't want it to be separated because India was manipulating Sheikh Shahab, Agartala, and that was fact. It was not a conspiracy. It was a fact that he himself was involved with the people to separate the country. Either you and I like it or not, it doesn't matter. But yes, indeed, he was able to manipulate people at that particular time. He had a big crowd. He would know how to deliver the speech. Very good individual how to speak, but a very bad administration. Very bad administrator.
It seems that many, many people, perhaps tens of thousands of people, are simply not getting food in this country.
It's not correct. Then 27,000 people could not even die. The people expected that few millions people will die.
Yes.
But we have fought it.
Yes.
Anyway, my topic is not Sheikh Shahab. My topic is something else. So, 1971, who created Al-Badr? Who created Al-Shams? If I say one individual was killed at that day, the name of Allah, who are those people? And why they had to collaborate with the army government? Why? They were polluted. They're corrupted. Yahya Khan was alcoholic. And in fact, he was not even a Sunni Muslim. So that's how it went 71. Okay. People have failed to understand the pulse of the nation, pulse of the people. So, on the contrary, the country was liberated by the people with the help of India. Do you think India just wanted to help people? Definitely not. India had something in their mind. Killing the two birds in one stone. Killing the two birds in one stone. So, 71 had happened. India got what he wanted. Bangladesh was created. 75 happened. How and why? In between 3 years, Sheikh Sahib didn't have enough time. But unfortunately, as I said that, he was a leader for Awami League. He could speak very good. He could motivate people, but he was not an administrative person. He didn't know how to manage people, unfortunately. His own people he was not able to manage. I remember those days, my childhood, his speech was so motivating. But again, my life has changed since I came to this country. So I remember people used to get very much motivated. And on the other hand, from 72 to 75, what really happened? They were brutally killed. Even the innocent babies were killed. Why was that? Again, they failed to understand the pulse of the nation, what was happening. Why Dalim? Why Shahriar? Why the others had to do the job? Yes, I do agree that he need to be removed, but I don't agree that killing innocent babies and things was a good thing to do. But again, this is my opinion. I'm not saying everybody has to agree with me, but Sheikh Saab has faced what he deserved it. Now, who came? General Jia. General Jia individual is a very much of simple human being, but ambitious. Very much ambitious human being. Did something for Bangladesh as no one has ever done. No one has ever done. And in fact, my childhood, he was a leader. And he was a leader for all of us. Because he showed a very different direction for the nation. Guess what? India was working under the table. Because India would not trust and rely on people other than Awami League. I don't really care who say, how say, when say. India would not trust anybody. They have reason for it. Now, when General Jia has come, BNP definitely was different then. General Jia tried to go to Chittagong to take care of his own problems of the party, and he ended up losing his life over there because of his party, because of his corruption in his party, as a matter of fact. So now, after that, lost his life. President Sattar came. President Sattar, who was he? Simple Chief Justice. How much of control did he have? Nothing. Actually, Bangladesh is a country where emotion works very fast. Do not love too much, do not hate too much. Stay in the middle. But it doesn't apply to Bangladesh. You want justice? He has to be killed. You want justice? He has to be hanged. So now, when Sattar came, very clever Ershad knew this was the time I could topple him and take over the chair, which he did, with the help of, again, India. But with due respect, he was a simple sole agent of Indian law. No question on that. Now, General Zia tried, but his job was not easy. His job was not easy. Now, General Ershad, when he came, he did some work, regardless of his party affiliation. Jatiya Party was not even a party, first of all. Same way BNP. What is BNP? What is their policy towards people? What is their policy towards salvation? What is their policy towards freedom? What is their policy towards helping poor, needy and unfortunate one? I don't see that. These are all business, only business. And at the end, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? I can assure you, Madam Zia has gone back to Allah, Tariq Zia is there, Tariq Rahman is there. If Tariq dies, I assure you the party will not stay for 6 months. The party would not stay for 6 months. And again, I'm not far from where Mirza Abbas, his brother Mirza Khokon, and the other people resides. I know how the party was established for these people. So obviously, it's the same BNP. Only there's no difference between BNP and Awami League. Make no mistake. There is no difference between BNP and Awami League. No differences. When was the last time that Awami League had a council? Say, we will choose our leaders. When is the last time that our BNP had convention or council that we will pick our leaders? Is there any other better human being than Tariq Rahman, BNP? Of course there is. But why can't they climb? Because they don't have that, they don't want that. Same way Awami League. Did they have a better people working better than Hasina? Of course they had it. But they would not do that. They didn't have a council. Now, Jatiya Party. Jatiya Party is the team of B team, I should say, with India, with Iran, with the Awami League. And Ershad was a corrupted human being. No question on that. Womanized, at the same time, political corrupted human being. How could a general owns millions and millions and millions of dollars? How? But at the end, I must agree, he did something for the country. You may criticize constructively, but you cannot say he didn't do anything good at all. If I say Sheikh Sahib, he's not my leader. But I would say if somebody wanted Bangladesh back then, he had contribution. You must admit that. To be neutral, I'm not saying again I'm not fond of him, I'm not saying I'm fond of Zia, I'm not saying I'm fond of Ershad, but I'm saying if somebody did that. I remember Madam Zia and Ershad was fighting for the name Chandrima Ziauddin. You don't need that. So, same way Shishu Park, I remember Hasina tried to remove it. Try to have sympathy for the others. Try to think that he did something, leave him like that. If you want to build something, like his Zia Airport, Shah Jalal. What is going to do with Shah Jalal running this airport? You like the name? Because next time, sensitive issue, you put it there. If somebody was to change the name, you hitting and hurting the Muslims. Using religion, using Muslims for the sake of politics. Okay? Now, Hasina, who is he? An evil human being. Very evil human being. She was much, much worse than her father, unfortunately. Hasina had a plan. That plan, not any of the prime minister or president had in Bangladesh. And she could not run on her own. She had wings by the neighboring countries. But Allah had it. Wallahu khairul makirin. Allah Jalla showed how to topple her, showed. Day I saw people holding the gilaf of a Kaaba and crying. That very day I was sure she'd be gone. Cursing her. In my life, I've never cursed anybody. No matter how much they hate me, no matter how much they dislike me, no matter how much they discourage me, I would never say, I hate you. I would never say, I never say any curse or bad dua for anybody, except that day. I made a sujood, Ya Allah, remove her from power. Again, Hasina declined to understand the pulse of the nation on that particular same way Mujib Saab and the same way Ershad. 1990, why did he collapse? He thought he was a general, all the generals surrounded by him, but he was not able to survive. Why? Because when Allah has a plan, he didn't understand the pulse same way Sheikh Hasina did not understand, didn't want to understand. In my humble opinion, the election would not be really that great election. Based, how do you predict that? You can say prerequisite or precondition of the situation to come. As of now, the current government, I do not see that I could believe that election would be very good. Law enforcement, people manipulating election commission. And one problem Bangladesh has, any party leaves and then immediately overnight, the bourgeois and the amla, they automatically transform to one, like Aina. The owner has left, now you belong to, I belong to you. And this all of them immediately turn to another evil power. I'm not saying evil means in every aspect. PNP has some, I see their policy, what they're saying. They may have some good, but I sincerely believe the parliamentary, the way that it has, is not good for Bangladesh. Parliament, I would rather use this building to have air-conditioned supermarket where poor people go, middle-class people go buy their grocery and then fish and the vegetables. But that building didn't do enough for the Bangladeshi people. 310 members I picked from remote areas, okay? Most of them are corrupted, if not all. Forget about education. Most of them want, what's in it for me? I'll be here for 2-3 years and then my job is done. I make sure I get something out of that. If you look at the history from today to next 15, 20, 30 years, same track. People comes, other party leaves, and the same track they follow it. Sangsodiyo Ganatantra, which is not good for Bangladesh. At all, in my humble opinion, a powerful man needed to be there to rule the country. NCP, energetic, powerful, energy, all good, but a lot of workers, no leader, can go too far. Now, in my humble opinion, I realize NCP is not even a political party. What other than? They have agenda, they work so hard. Removing Sheikh Hasina, BNP failed. All other parties failed. I remember Rizvi Saab in the collapsible gate sitting like a bird in the rain, looking outside. I remember those days. I live in the United States, but I pay attention to it. When something happened to my homeland, I can sleep. Simple as that. I make dua, and I make Turaka Salah, and I thank Allah that Allah allow me to make dua for these people. But they're on the wrong track. NCP is not even a political team. All they want, get by, not to get executed by Hasina, and they want to look for a chair. Dr. Zara, whatever, Tasmin, and the others, the same view, no changes. Yes, I'm very much of, I must say the people of the Shibir, I've had a lot of bad impression about them lately with the election in the university. These kids, they know what they're doing. Maybe not today, 10, 20 years, they may be ruling the country. If it happens, I'll be happy day for Bangladesh. BNP has their wing, the student wings. Most of them are corrupted. All they want a chair. So it has to come from grassroots level of revelations. And they have it. I'm not trying to set aside for someone that I love this party. I don't live in Bangladesh. I don't. But I love my land. I pray for them. I think about them. I make dua for them. Sincerely, wholly, surely, purely, absolutely for the sake of Allah. My brother, my family, my people, my friends, they're there. I have people with my Facebook, they do our milik, and I have to let them go because I don't want them to be offended, because I write something very harsh reality, what I see. Same way BNP, there was a good team, I no longer like, because the way they're coming right now, it's not a good approach. So if Jamaat is not good, if BNP is not good, if Awami League is not good, Jatiya Party is not good, if NCP is not good, then who is good then? I do not know. I sincerely think nation need leader, but the leadership that I saw, the young kid, Osman Hadi. Why I say that, the way I see his eyes, the words and the language, no one had it in Bangladesh. Not everybody can be leader, and he was a leader. In fact, I made two short clip on Facebook video. He had a lot of things. I make dua for him. Allah took him away from us. Very young kid with an ambition, with the mission for the country. Very, very, very young kid, sharp, came from madrasa background, started in Dhaka University. Dhaka University is not a joke. To get in there, you got to have some guts to get in there. And he made it. And why was he killed? Current government, don't you think they know that? In my humble opinion, I think they know that. Who was running the area that Hadi was running? Everybody knows that name. Have they ever investigated him and see that is he involved in it? Because his brother was involved killing people. Has anyone gone there? So, what I'm trying to say, Hadi is no more, right? But he had a mission, with the vision to accomplish for tomorrow's nation. How do you make it happen? Make lots of dua. Istighfar. I always say, فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. When you make istighfar, Allah accepts it. Tawbah. وَيَمْدِدْكُمْ بِيَامُولِ بَنِينَ وَجَعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّةً وَجَعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. Allah gives you blessed rain. No question. Blessed rain. That's what's in Bangladesh. I wrote an article a long time ago when Hasina was just crushing people to death. I said she's sitting on a place where underneath fire and that explodes, she's no more. May Allah give her reward what she deserves. May Allah remove her and see her suffering, see the people, how the way she killed it. The way she killed it. And no remorse. No feeling bad, I'm sorry I killed these young kids. Action with the reaction. If you make an action and say, sorry, I won't do that again. That's a different thing. But not realizing, Allah Jalla remove the barrier. Allah put a barrier in front of you. Like Surah Al-Yasin, Allah say, barrier in front of you, behind you. So you don't see it anymore. Actually, there was an article during the time of war in Middle East, Egypt war. So Hosni Mubarak, I think, was the president. CBS News asked him, Mr. President, why are you killing your own people? You know what he says? He said, I don't know why they hate me. And that's what happened to Hayana Hasina. That's what happened to Hayana Hasina. And this is a lesson for others who are coming right now, whether BNP or Jamaat or anyone. Many people would say either BNP win and Jamaat wins or anyone wins. Tomorrow morning is like a Disney movie. You love me, I love you. We're a happy family. Not really. The world is shifting, drifting very fast. Make istighfar. Ask Allah's mercy. Sincerely, wholly, solely, purely, absolutely, for the sake of Allah. Educate yourself first. Educate your family. Educate yourself first means educate yourself. Learn, understand, absorb, and apply. I said learn, understand, absorb, and apply. Educate your family. Educate your area, people nearby. Educate society, and nation will automatically be educated. Now I'm going to explain why I said in English, because in my friend list there's some people that I love them. One of them is Noah. He's not Bangladeshi, but she loves me for the sake of Allah. I have some Pakistani brothers, I have some Arabian brothers. They don't know what I say, means if I say Bangla. And for me, it's going to be very hard to repeat twice the same information. So obviously, every now and then, I will go ahead and say it in English. So at least then, when I read the Quran or when I make the nasheed, they got that, they understand that. But am I an important person? I'm not an important person. But I have an agenda, I have a mission. I look for three things. The three things, I didn't say that. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that. Sadaqah Zariyah. I do any sadaqah that will continue give me zariyah, continuation. And I also do out of the salih, rightly guided children. I teach my children. If they do good, I did my part. I don't look what will happen at the end. I'm not worried about it. And also ilm nafiya, rightly guided knowledge. Not any knowledge, rightly guided. Social media is full of filth. Wallahi, social media is full of filth. But out of this filth, you can say, do something that Allah Jalla may ask you, have you done your part? I may have a reason to say, Allah, Wallahi, I tried. May Allah give you the best of the best. And I hope for Bangladesh, nothing but good. At the same time, I'm worried the way the country is right now. I would not expect a big change. Regardless whoever wins, the game is not over because it's the beginning of a new game. May Allah allow you, me, my family, everyone to understand and apply to their life today and tomorrow to come. Assalamu alaikum.